and the most vulnerable people in our society. Therefore, all our economic activities will emphasize the need to create jobs and wealth as a solution to the endemic poverty among our people. We have already taken concrete steps to tackle the unemployment problems in the country. Our public works programs will create about 1.5 million jobs within the next few years. We have initiated a growth and employment pact that will enable public-private partnership to enhance growth in construction, ICT, meat and leather, tourism and entertainment. We are focusing on areas that will generate jobs to improve our economy. We emphasize on agriculture, manufacturing, building and construction, where we can generate the biggest volume of employment for our youth. Our Power Roadmap launched in August last year is on course. My abiding pledge is that within the next 6 months, when most of our NIPP projects will have come on stream and repositioned the transmission and the distribution aspects of the electricity chain, power situation will improve significantly. In the petroleum sector, we have commenced and will continue to explore all our inland basins, within the Chad and the Anambra Basin areas. Most especially, we will continue to add value to our petroleum product. We will no longer export only pure gas or pure crude, but we will have value to our gas. That is why only Thursday this week we signed a memorandum that will ensure the establishment of major petrochemical industry and fertilizer plants in this country. The federal government with the private sector is being to spend about $25 billion in the next few years to ensure that we have petrochemicals and fertilizer plants and fertilizer blending plants across the nation. That will create about 1 million jobs directly and indirectly. Also, our Nigerian content policy in the next few years will create jobs for over 300,000 Nigerians that will play a key role in the oil sector. Our agricultural policy is based on improving what we do. We must mechanize our agriculture, and for that reason, we are rehabilitating all our dams and irrigation infrastructure, because without that, we will be depending only on rain-fed agriculture that will not lead us too far. At the social frontiers, we are committed to the improvement of our infrastructure. Therefore, transportation, including national road network, railways and waterways, healthcare and education will continue to receive our utmost attention. 2 weeks ago, I had the opportunity of taking a train ride from Lagos to Abuja. This exhibits our commitment to the rehabilitation of rail services. We will embark on the construction of modern gauge rail system across the country with a view to making transportation of people and goods more effective. No matter the good intention of government, if a formidable educational system is not in place, it will be difficult to achieve national development. Because of the importance of education to our national development, I call the Stakeholders Summit to look at the inadequacies in our educational system, and have set up a task force that is empowered to carry out the recommendations of the summit, especially as it affects our curricula. We will encourage the establishment of skill acquisition centers across the nation. At the tertiary level, we will ensure that every state of the Federation has a degree awarded institution. On security, we know that currently all over the world we are facing terrorist attacks. It's not limited to this country. It's a phenomenon that definitely will come to pass. But on our own part, we are working very hard. We are going to adopt modern technology, for which we have gone very far, to make sure that we protect life and property of Nigerians. Because we know and we believe that the first responsibility of government is to protect life and property. And we must make sure that we get that done. And for those people who are senior in society, who are encouraging these excesses and acts of terrorism on our land, they should know their time is up. Before I conclude this address, I want to appeal to our political leaders and Nigerians in general to eschew violence in all ramifications. They have said times without numbers that neither my ambition or the ambition of any politician is worth the blood of any Nigerian. And I've called on our youth that don't give yourself to be used by people who have sent their children abroad or lock their children up in mansions and ask you to go and kill and maim people, because any responsible government will not play with security even in the name of politics. Politics does not mean that you have to carry knife and cut people. Politics does not mean that you have to carry fire and burn down houses and property. Politics does not mean that you are going to beat up people. We will totally reject it, and the law enforcement agencies will deal with every situation as it deserves. There will be no sanctuary for criminals in Nigeria. In any other name, whether in a political rally or in anything, we will not accept it, and if you get involved, be ready to face the law. I want to assure you once again that I understand the challenges that our people face today. As someone who grew up in a very modest environment and find myself through the will of God and the mandate of Nigerians in this privileged position, I pledge my commitment to build a stronger and more prosperous country for this generation and generation yet to come. To the youth of this great country, I promise good and functional education and job opportunities. To the women, I promise more involvement in governance and more challenging jobs. I also assure you that myself and the Vice President are totally committed that for appointed positions that we have control, we'll give you your 35%. To our children, I promise to give you hope and a Nigeria that you'll all be proud of. I urge you to go out there and vote for transformation. Vote for unity, equity, and justice. Vote for economic prosperity, job creation, and youth empowerment. Vote for good education and skill acquisition. Vote for security and a society where there will be mutual respect for one another. I urge you, my brothers and sisters, to vote for Goodluck, Azikwe, Mainasora, Moluabi, Jonathan, and I will never let you down. I thank you all.